at the airport. Flight was already delayed. Yeah, shutdown, things like that happening. But should be alright. Should have plenty of time in the destination city. Stairwell 81, usually in stairwell 31 or 30. I'll find my way back. One delay isn't bad, but if it... Actually, I told the special guest, if it gets delayed again, I might just leave the airport and not go. It would just really limit how much time I have in the destination city. One I could deal with. One delay of an hour, not a bad thing, but yeah, too much. Keeps getting delayed and delayed, I'm just leaving, so we'll see what goes on. Slept about 3 hours since ended work, got back to the address and did things and went to sleep, so I'm doing all right now. At the end of the day, I'll be very tired. The lighting is not great right here. It's almost like they built the airport and didn't think about me filming videos. Am I going to Phoenix? Orlando has poker. Am I going back to Salt Lake? Sacramento has poker. Going to Seattle? They have poker. Tampa? Definitely not Tampa. I can't go there and back in a day. Too much time. It is on one of these boards. I will tell you that much. First, believe it or not, the guy who does that that tax thing for Canadians who win like hand pays out here, Bill Tate, the famous Bill Tate, knows that guy. I once took a flight somewhere right before I left the strip. I was in Bally's. Bill Tate was playing poker. So when I came to the airport, I had just seen Bill Tate and just sent him a picture of that sign just because it was Canada related. Didn't expect Bill Tate to know who that was, but in classic Bill Tate fashion, you know, just like Kramer in Seinfeld, where he just knows everybody and he's best friends with everybody. I send him that picture and instantly Bill Tate says something like, "Oh yeah, that's my buddy Wayne. He does that all the time. He's done that for me before. His son, great kid. He goes to the University of Nova Scotia right now." It was something like that. I might be getting small details wrong, but it was something very close to that. So I'm in the airport. I actually don't know if I'm going. My flight, while I was going through security, my flight was delayed. First, I will tell you, it was delayed for a second time. First, I'll tell you though, if you ever wonder why I get to the airport so early, it's because JFK conditioned me for this. I'm gonna show you a clip of all the people going through security right now, and just imagine that amount of people multiplied by about 10. That's what you need to be ready for every time you go to JFK. So not only was that not too many people, the line was moving. At JFK, not only is it like much longer than that sometimes, it just doesn't move. You just stand still for a really long time. So anyway, I'm just walking around the E-gates. Yeah, I don't mind the delay. Like even with these delays, I think I won't even be in the airport as long as I was in Fresno. I just got to the airport really early, and it's just, it was already a later flight than I usually take. I'm usually at the airport between like 6 and 8 a.m. This flight was supposed to leave at 11, so with the 2 delays, it's just, it really limits the time. If I go, I'll be in the city. So there were 2 things I wanted to do. I still have time to do both. I don't want to do both for like a very short amount of time just for the sake of doing them. I might reschedule and I mean, just take the loss on the plane tickets, but just plan to do this another time where I could actually spend a few hours at each spot doing what I wanted to do. I don't know. I'm here. I haven't made the decision yet. I don't need to. If it gets delayed again, I'm definitely not going. Even if there's no more delays, I still might not. I'm just kind of walking around the airport thinking about it. Yeah, I'm not going. You know, it's not the waiting in the airport. I've done that. I've waited more for flights that were on time than I was going to wait for these 2 delays. I need to assume the flight back is going to be on time, whether it will be or not. And that just doesn't leave a lot of time to do the things I wanted to do in the destination city. So
you can help increase the effectiveness.
That's it. Probably play MGM later. Need about 3.5 hours to get my status. There'll be something else in this video, but for now, first I need to get a picture of this, and then just gonna head back to the address and I don't know, cook ground turkey or something like that. But right here, when I was in Antelope Island State Park, I said in that Q&A session, there was a question from the condor. I'm looking around, I don't see him. Where is he? The sign is telling me he should be right here. I didn't even know that was an airline, but now I do. The Condor should work out an endorsement deal with them. It's unfortunate. I mean, not unfortunate, it's unlikely, because I think only 2 people in the world call him the Condor, and I'm one of them, so. But maybe one day. All right, since after my plans got canceled, I was at the airport, I was close to Winco, I came here, and Ryan just drove by, and I'm just meeting him for the first time here.
This is absolutely incredible. I'm just trying to do my daily errands, and I run into an absolute celebrity. Shout out to Rice is a Spoon Food, best dealer on the strip.
Thanks.
Absolutely.
Alright, well that was an interesting day and a half since the last scene of this video. I've done 2 things since the last scene of this video that are their own videos. So you'll see those, I guess they'll be the next 2 videos. Yeah, this weekend, quote unquote, did not go according to plan, but things happened, interesting things happened, money-making endeavors happened. I enjoyed parts of the days, most parts of the days. But anyway, I'm gonna go play MGM. Still need about 3.5 hours. And who knows, maybe Herbs and Rye will be in there. All right, we played about an hour, 5 minutes. Not a ton happened for me, won a couple pots.
Like watching paint dry.
Herbs and Rye, just because he runs so pure all the time, he 3-bet to 86 with Jack 9 of clubs, just flopped a flush. The other guy had Jack 9 of hearts, and like he said, it was about the worst board he could hope for. 2-3 queen, all clubs. So yeah, but you got
never gonna win that hand anyways.
Oh, if he flopped all hearts. Yeah, he was never gonna bluff you.
Yeah.
And yeah, with the same cards, he was never gonna win at Showdown. But he did overvalue. I didn't expect him to have a flush. You remember that hand where the 3 queens were on board? 3 10s were on board, and an 8 and a queen. And he bet like almost pot on the river with a flush. I expected him to have a bluff or a boat. He had a flush. I'm not even sure if he was aware there were 3 10s out there.
He really wanted the other guy to raise him.
Yeah, he seemed like he didn't know how easy it was for someone else to have a boat. And a guy called with Queen X, 10s full of queens, and the guy lost with his flush. I'm not even sure he understood how he lost, but yeah. So that guy was making the game all right, and whatever. We came after I worked and after he played in the mixed game tournament earlier. So that's gonna be a wrap on this video. And yeah, don't know the order of everything that happened this weekend. A lot just went on for me in the last few days, so watch all the videos and you can figure out the order, kind of like a Tarantino movie. And it's not all going to be linear. And remember, rice is a spoon food.